Guys, what's up and welcome to Jump Inside Media Review, and in today's video we're going to be checking out the series Knuckles. Now, we'll be doing this video in two parts. We will do a breakdown of episode 1, and then after that we will do a review of what we think of the whole series altogether, and then we'll give you our score at the end, whether we think it's a good series or a bad series based on our decision. So without no further ado, let's get into this. Anyway, before we continue, I just want to warn you that there are spoilers in this video, so just be aware of that. Right, we all good? Let's get going. So we start right at the beginning of this episode with Knuckles. Knuckles is doing training. Knuckles is a warrior, so that's how this whole thing starts. Him doing his warrior training. His warrior training is pretty much an assault course that he runs, jumps, and flies through hoops through. One part of the training is him lifting a rock and lifting it all the way to the top of a mountain. In one punch, he breaks the rock, and then Sonic starts giving us some backstory about who Knuckles is. After this, Knuckles spots something smoking at the house, and then he has to try and discover and investigate. Knuckles starts attacking all these people, but they all actually turn out to be builders. Now, if you remember who Tom and Maddie are, currently Tom is out of town, so it's up to Maddie to save and cool down the situation. Now, there's a lot of different gaps here and there about the story, but in short, Knuckles gets told off and he gets grounded. Sonic tries to cheer Knuckles up, but Knuckles really isn't that interested. Knuckles prays and seeks guidance from the old wise Echidna elders, and he seeks guidance for his hour in need. Just as he's giving up, Chief Pachacamac actually appears as a ghost. He explains to Knuckles that he is the last of the Echidna warriors and that he must train an apprentice. It just turns out that the apprentice is Wade. Now, Wade you should remember as the cop from the previous Sonic movies. So let's transition to Wade's story. Now, Wade is a professional bowler. We know this right from the beginning. But Wade isn't a confident bowler. That's why he misses just one pin. Because he misses, the leader of the team, Jack, replaces Wade with his opponent for that particular match, Susie. However, this is heavily implied because Susie's parents are meant to be rich and they can afford a Hummer to take them to the tournament. Moving back home now, Wade is doing some exercising, boosting up his confidence and training. However, this is when Knuckles drops in. Knuckles promises Wade that he will train him up to become an ultimate warrior of the Echidnas. Wade agrees, and they set off on their journey to the Tournament of Champions, which is a bowling tournament. Then we go to the gun headquarters, and we get introduced to the bad guys who just so happen to want to capture Knuckles. It's not really that big of a plot. Basically, they want to capture his power for themselves. Or at least capture it and then sell it to this guy who's meant to be the bad guy of the whole series. He's also the guy that gives these guys weapons, so they can actually fight Knuckles. Wade takes Knuckles to a bowling alley just so Knuckles is introduced to what Earth bowling actually is. After Knuckles has a little go of bowling himself, he completely breaks all the pins, after which the bad guys show up, battle Knuckles, and then they capture him via using one of the magic portal rings. And that's when Ray decides to go and rescue Knuckles. However, that is the end of the episode right there. Now it's time to move over to the review section of the video. So welcome to the review portion of this video. Now, normally when I've seen two successful movies, I'm normally quite excited for what comes next. And when I saw this drop as a series, I was like, yes, let's have a series about Knuckles. This could be great. And you know what? The first episode was brilliant. And a lot of the characters in the first episode were very good characters that you could grow off. I mean, like Knuckles, when we got introduced to him, I was thinking, yeah, this is a character we can get developed in. This could be a really good story. And you know what? I love Knuckles as a character. Throughout the whole story, I love Knuckles. But the whole ability of character growth is to get from one thing, have realization, and then get to the next. And that just wasn't in this series. So character growth is one of the most important ones. And also story elements as well. This thing didn't do great on story elements, and I'll explain that as we go through. So in the first episode, basically, we start off with Knuckles and we start off with Wade. Wade is a guy that's a very good bowler without confidence, and you've got Knuckles, a great warrior without a base family. At the end of the series, you get Knuckles as a great warrior, but with a family. He's a little bit stronger, but he already had that. And on the other side of things, you've got Wade, who is a great bowler, that at the end of the series became a great bowler, but with confidence, which he already had that, which is kind of silly because the whole ability of the series was turning Wade into a warrior. Really didn't happen that much. I mean, we didn't really see much of that. I mean, there was an episode dedicated to that, but it really didn't do that much. I will be fair. Now, there was a lot of story elements into this, and I do like the story elements that they put in when it comes to Knuckles. However, there was a lot more story elements on Wade. We got introduced to Wade's story, which was becoming a great bowler. I honestly, I didn't care that much. I wanted more of Knuckles. Then you've got Wade and his family. That's a story that I honestly didn't care about as well. And then you've also got a storyline with Wade and his dad. That is also another complete storyline. There's a kind of 3 different storylines there that I just didn't care about. And Knuckles was kind of given a lot less of story development. I mean, there was him versus this bad guy and them trying to steal the power. That was kind of one story, and that was all that he mainly got. And that's okay as long as there's a decent boss battle at the end. However, the boss battle at the end was a very, very short boss battle. It wasn't nothing like the movies or anything. I was quite disappointed. When a boss battle happens, I expect like a back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. However, I felt like there was 1 or 2 back and forths, and then it was like, wasn't really that much to look forward to. I was kind of disappointed about how long that boss battle was because it was really short compared to what I'm normally used to. So I was like, there's a lot of build up going, oh yeah, we're going to get more character growth and more character growth. And there wasn't much. And I was like saying, well, okay, at least it's going to be a bit more story. And hopefully the story is going to have a very awesome ending. Nothing, no catches or anything. It was basically a story where what you probably guessed was going to happen at the end probably did happen. There wasn't no surprises in this. You could see everything happen before it happened. So I wasn't the greatest fan of the story or the characters. You know what, I will mention the voice acting was great. I love the voice acting. I love Knuckles as a character, and I love the animation. It was very well done. And I can imagine it took them a very long time to get where this was. So there is definitely some points on it did have the ability to make it look really nice. But nice doesn't build stories. So I'm going to have to be a little bit harsh on this particular series compared to other series that I've seen in the past, because it just didn't have story or character growth at its best, at least not for me. And for that, I'm rating this a 5 out of 10. Is it worth watching? Well, it's 6 episodes, so yeah, I'd say it is if you want to watch it, but it's nothing that's going to majorly impact the movie. You're not going to miss out if you don't watch it. Anyway, that is the video for you right there. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy watching, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. I will see you guys on another Jump Inside video very soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Yeah, trouble. Everyone says that I should get going, start running.